the button, Red. Here you go. This is.
You hit the
Let's give it
button.
a second. Let's give it a second.
Give it as many
Um,
seconds as you need. We're gonna give it several
I
seconds.
think
Doesn't
we're.
matter.
Are we live? It looks like we're live. We did it. We did it. It's been
We're
a while. It's
live.
been a while since I've done this. So.
We're live. I see us there. Excellent, excellent job. This is Loser Leaves Wrestling. Loser Leaves Wrestling. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the Woos and Whats of AEW Dynamite. Woos and Whats of AEW Dynamite. My name is Red Jefferson. I'm here with
Jazz Wall.
now Moet. You and I were doing this maybe a couple weeks ago. We took a big hiatus because they moved them from Wednesday nights to Friday and Saturday nights. But now we're back because it's at a convenient schedule. Aren't we happy about this, Moet?
I'm back. I'm happy about the convenient schedule for sure. Yeah. I'm sorry to everybody. Chica Marks. Hello, Smiz. Hello.
Hello, Smiz. Hello,
Yeah,
Chica
sorry about
Marks.
the
Thank you
crazy
so much.
schedule, but I think we're back for real.
We are back. We are back for real. And honestly, when you texted me the WWE Dynamite just now,
Yes.
I did not hear it.
You did it.
I did not hear that. I thought you were making fun of the show, being like, "Oh, this feels like a Monday Night Raw," and I was about to be like, "I can't wait to get," because I love this episode.
Oh, okay. All right. So do you know what happened now? Would you like to explain
So
it?
now I do.
Yeah.
I found out through right after the show, I was watching AEW was playing like an after party. So after the show, they brought out a cake to the audience, and it was on Instagram.
Oh, cool.
And they brought in a cake celebrating their time in Jacksonville, and all the comments were be like, "Fire JR, get rid of JR, JR ruined everything." And besides that, we're gonna get into that. But what did you think of the show?
I thought the show was amazing. I thought it was like so close to being a perfect TV wrestling show episode.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought in general, not for every match, but they were on a good streak where like they had a promo before every match that gave you the stakes of the match that's about to happen. Like Brian Pillman Jr. giving a little promo to give us a reason to like root for him before the match. Others like that. I just thought that was excellent. It stopped it from being just like a spot fest type of episode. You know, everything had a purpose to it. For the most part,
and the matches were all different. Everything was different. It's like they actually communicated, like they had a production meeting beforehand, and they're like, "This is what we're doing, so make it yours each moment." So everything felt different, unique. All the matches. This was maybe my second favorite episode I've seen of it. First being the Brody Lee Memorial.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really great show. The Brody Lee Memorial, I think, is the best Dynamite I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and this is a
that
close
had
second.
so much like emotion to it. It was very heavy episode. It was great. Yeah,
very heavy, but also a lot of fun. Everyone was having like a blast, just wrestling their best that night. It was really good.
And then,
it was really good.
How'd you feel about the like the montage at the end?
I was going to make that my first woo of the evening. So.
All right.
Just letting you all know, the woos and whats, where woos are the good things. That's the best. This is the best of, best or worst, and woos are the good things. The woos, like Ric Flair does, and the whats are the bad things. What, like Stone Cold's fans do to everyone.
Bad people.
Is that
they're
weird?
bad people when they do that.
People.
Yeah. So
well, they do it. They're pretty bad people.
Wait, what were you gonna say?
But no, I was gonna say I love it.
You do? No, you don't. When they interrupt people by saying what?
I love it in a very specific way because it makes sure that they don't just fall into a rhythm. They have to pay attention. They have to change how they think. So give us an ebb and flow. They do the whats when it's literally following the pattern of listing things. Mm-hmm. So if you're going into that route, they stop you. So I think it's fun. It keeps them on their toes.
Yeah, and that's a thing. Thankfully, I guess the AEW fans don't do it that much, if at all. But like Jade Cargill. Very bad. There's someone teaching them to kind of pause after every other word. And it's perfect to throw in a what there.
The whats are that helps wrestlers. That ends up helping wrestlers in the long run. I'm convinced.
Interesting.
Chica Marks and Schwiz says hi. Hi to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. Sound off in the comments if you like the what. But that's our show. That's what we do. So our biggest woo of the evening, Moa, is it? Okay, let's just talk about that first. That package, the video package of the year, that was very WWE-esque, just in terms of like the quality, like kind of like it was a good song choice. They did a great job of editing that. And what wasn't like WWE is they're celebrating the little things. Like I don't know if WWE would do this type of thing when they go out on tour, like celebrate in that way. I just think this is a really cool way to end the Jacksonville stationary thing.
Yeah, but this is like a very, this is an understatement, but this is a very special time we're all living in and you know, and so it's got all this other emotion to it. Like it's, you know, like because we've been covering the show in this way, like I remember basically every single moment they showed in that. And it was,
Sure.
you know, it felt very emotional to see the start with Cody in the ring alone with the empty audience, you know, and then to end it like through the montage, eventually seeing the audience come back, and just like what a huge difference that was to like the energy. And yeah, no, it's just kind of, it's just incredible that we all got through this. Like the pandemic is still happening, of course, but like we're close. We're
Give
so
a round
close.
to everyone. Yeah, give a round for everyone. And our first line workers.
Yeah.
Remember the banging pots things?
What? Oh yeah,
that?
yeah, where we all banged our pots and pans outside.
Pots,
and,
yeah.
Yeah.
It was very nice support. But yes, excellent job. We're doing a great job getting out of COVID. And excellent job, AEW, for that video package. But Mo,
Chica
what's your
Marks
biggest move of the evening?
it was a love letter to the fans. I totally agree. Yeah. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Both.
And then to have like JR ruin it afterwards with like.
So what did he say? Could you tell me what he said exactly?
He had a minute. It was like a minute before they went off the air. There's a beautiful, you know, love letter to the fans. And then you know, there's, you know, Excalibur's like, thank you everybody, this has been a really great time, etc. And then JR just throws it a line like, there's nothing better than live WWE Dynamite. And then good so long everybody, like so close to nailing it. This emotional beat. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But
yeah. What a way to cap the show. Like that's a really interesting way to end the show. And honestly, like not trying to be hyperbolic, because I do like JR. But I think this would even be something he's like, I think I need to stop. Like even he would be like, that's pretty bad to say the competition. You know, imagine if WWF said WCW accidentally.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like that would just be huge. And I think that's something that really, like, honestly, they should look at, because he's had too many of these.
Yeah. And then this one is after such a major moment too. Yeah. After such like trying to leave on such a bitter, like a I guess a bittersweet moment of the pandemic Jacksonville year that we went through, and then that happened. So it's very absurd. It kind of undercuts that beautiful montage that they ended with, but you know,
100%, and that's why we're going to remember.
Yeah, Chica Marks mixed.
That's why we're going to remember it, though. You know, we're going to remember it because of the timing. And yeah, I was just about to mention too. Chica Marks did not see it, as I didn't see it either. I only found out from I found out from Moet, which I thought you were being a jerk about the episode. It turns out you weren't.
Yeah,
and then I found out from
super
the fans
absurd. It's small potatoes, but it's just absurd that it happened.
It's silly. Yeah. It's pretty silly. Let's go. What's your biggest woo of the evening? What do you got? What's yours?
All right. Well, the best thing for me of the episode was the Dark Order promos for 100%. Hangman Adam Page. Yeah.
100%. The Hangman, the entire back and forth. If I'll just paint the picture, they came out at the during the what is it? The Hangman, the Omega. Kenny Omega came out with we're going to talk about his facial hair in a second.
Oh, yeah.
But he comes out, he cuts a great promo. Like, this is Kenny Omega, I think's best promo so far in AEW. And then out comes Dark Order and Evil Uno, and they basically just give this big promotion for Hangman Page, which was amazing. They're basically saying that he's the guy that's deserving, he's their friend, they're pushing him. And then that backstage segment, which was perfect to explain that, to show how humble Hangman is. He's a recovering alcoholic that's back on the wagon, but he's being careful about it. And he's like, he doesn't have the confidence in him just yet to say, I should have that title. What great storytelling.
I just think it's beautiful. To be honest, I don't know. It almost made me cry. It almost made it teared, you know, I felt it. I felt it welling up. I just, that second segment where he wanted to like yell at them. And then it's like, you know, you're not afraid. You might not be afraid of losing to a Kenny Omega, but I think you're afraid of failure or something like that. And I was like, oh
yeah, no, that's exactly. I wrote that down. Afraid of failure. And then at the end, Alex Reynolds is just like, this is your time. And it felt like a Lion King moment. Like it just felt very epic and great work everywhere.
Yeah, I think like that's a moment that I could show to non-wrestling fans. And like, I think everyone would get it because it's a very universal feeling that we could all understand and get behind, and it's done so like genuinely and honestly, because the character of like Adam Page is like made it work, you know, like he's been building this consistently for the last like year and a half, And man, it's gonna feel so good when he actually wins this. Yeah.
It's already starting to feel good. This is like a real good lesson for AEW, just to like kind of like if you take the time and don't make knee-jerk decisions and don't forget things. Don't just let them go, because this is easily something they could have just dropped and never really talked about again, which they do with some other storylines. But great job.
Yeah.
Let's see what everyone has to say. That scene got me. Chica Mark says that scene got me. The Dark Order. We need to be each other's Dark Order. That's beautiful.
Dark Order.
That's beautiful.
So
That's a beautiful sentiment, Chica Marks. Mystery character S. The boys are back. Thank you so much. We are back. We are the proverbial boys. I'm assuming, right? They're not talking about some other boys.
I think we're the
huh?
boys. Yeah, we have to be the boys.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. Because
you think we got competition or something?
Yeah, I want to talk to you about something that I think really was a big woo for me, and I want to hear your take on it. Bucks and Kenny Omega,
okay, we're doing
their
this.
facial hair. I think it's great. I think they're different people now. They've got new characters. I think Kenny Omega is now the Harley Race or the Triple H. Remember, they became champions and you grow this obnoxious mutton chops. Like, that's something that, and I just love this. This is like a different, and he seems more confident. Like, what do you think of the facial hair? Are you a fan?
I think that might be projection. I think facial hair makes people look more confident, right? You got a mustache, it makes you feel cooler. Right?
Let's not. Okay. I'm sorry, Mister. I could grow a perfect mustache.
I'm not using this as a platform to talk about my perfect mustache.
My face.
I do have when I decide, it's power to have a mustache. This isn't the point. Yeah, but I'm saying I totally agree with you. The facial hair is so ugly, so disgusting, but. This is one of the few things I'm just like so behind on the Young Bucks. Like, I think it's perfect. Everybody wants to hate them because they look disgusting on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're really, honestly, they're doing some of their best work. I would like Matt Jackson to not look in the camera as much, because sometimes it looks like he's literally doing a comedy act. And I prefer him be a little bit less staring into the camera and acknowledging and being, ooh, like he just takes a move, he just gets hit, and then he's looking at the camera like, whoa, like cross-eyed and doing goofy faces.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
No, I don't. No, I don't like the cross-eyed goofy face. Yeah, it doesn't all work for me what they're doing, like the obnoxious rich heel thing. I guess I don't know what to call it.
Kind of like like party wasp.
Yeah, I don't like he kept doing
wasp.
Some of the mannerisms. I didn't quite get why he kept doing the Macho Man taunt. Do you know why?
We haven't watched it in a couple weeks.
What?
So maybe he's been doing this more recently, where he's doing the Macho Man, and maybe someone called attention to it, because maybe it happened like 2 weeks past and we just didn't know.
This is a great question. If anyone is that's watching can tell me why he kept doing the Macho Man taunt, other than to be obnoxious. I'm wondering if I'm missing something.
Yeah, sound off in the.
Oh no, go.
Yeah, sound off in the comments if you think if you know why he's doing it, or if it was mentioned in a past episode. I don't mind it. Like, I kind of like it because it's natural heat to copy someone so beloved. Like, if you did Hulk Hogan's things, no one would care. But doing like Macho Man, or if like somehow they did, I'm trying to think of other like kind of like indie, like if they did like the Jimmy Snuka or something like that, that might work. But I just like that this is fun heat. That's fun.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Love the horrible mustaches. Yeah. That was definitely in one of my things. So good job, Young Bucks.
Good job, Young Bucks. Love the facial hair. I'm a big Beard fan. Swiz says they've been doing the Macho Man in past weeks, but I have no clue why. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're all on the same page then. We don't know why.
Probably just like you were saying, obnoxious makes us annoyed because it's a beloved character. Yeah. Which is great.
Makes sense. Yeah, it does. Well, let's talk about another thing today. Do you have wait, did you say you haven't ordered it, or you do have a list?
My woos for tonight. No, we just jumped into the stream, so I didn't order anything. Yeah.
Okay, no, you don't have to order. I was just making sure because I forgot what you did, what you said right before. I forgot. Well, hey, sound off in the questions if you forget things sometimes. What another big woo? Anything else that jumps off the page or something that you really liked?
That was the big one. The MJF MJF Sammy Guevara match. Sorry. Did you
Yeah,
want to? Do you want to
100%.
talk about that now? Is that?
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that. Just in terms of like, I've noticed something with the MJF promo. Remember that MJF promo where he's talking to Jericho and he's saying like he's called him Sad Jericho, stuff like that. If you watch his promos, he acts like George Costanza. That's the secret of an MJF promo. I watched his promo and he's just like, "Can you believe this? Can you believe this?" And it feels very George Costanza about to lose his shit. I beg anyone to watch today's promo and think of George Costanza. I'm not even joking. Watch it, think of George Costanza. It is exactly what George would say to get fired or just to like make a big scene. It's crazy. Like the mannerisms, the up and down of speech. We should all do a watch along. I'm going to have to show you this.
This is huge. I'm very excited about this.
It's very big. Honestly, when I was watching it, I was just like, that's it. That's the trick. That's his trick. He's being George Costanza, and it's working so well.
Well, because you're saying George, he kind of starts out on a low rumble and then kicks it up to an 8 by the end of the episode.
Yeah. No, but not only just that, but like even when he's talking, he'll feign things. He'll be like, "Oh, excuse me, I don't remember what word this," and he's like doing these little mannerisms where he's like as he's saying what he's doing, like he'll be like, and then I was confused, like he'd hold his head like he's confused. Didn't you order the pizza? Like he'll do things like that. And the sound off, Jordan would also cheat if you were a wrestler. Very good point, Chico Marks. Very good point.
Oh, I have no clue. Would you want to explain George Costanza?
Oh, Swizz. Yeah. George Costanza is a character on the show Seinfeld. There was played by Jason Alexander. It was a 90s show in the States. Swizz is from the UK. We verified this. So maybe they didn't get Seinfeld. Maybe they got Seinfeld, but they didn't get it because it's all New York humor. Damn, there's going to be a lot of things. So let us know what you think of Seinfeld. If you've ever seen it, Swizz.
I think everyone would get. It's neurotic humor. It's New York, set in New York, but everyone's just anxious and sad. So that's
there's shows in Scotland that I've never heard of that are very popular in Scotland.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. There's a game called Still Game.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Swizz, tell me if you know Still Game. It's a Scottish show. I really like it. It's about these two old men.
What? That's amazing. Seinfeld, we didn't get that over here. That's shocking. I was like, because in America, I grew up in Canada. Huge deal. Like it. You know,
it's huge.
The Beatles of television. That's stupid. I can't. What is it like? No, it's massive. So I just assumed it was like worldwide.
No, it's Beatlemania. It's Hulkamania of.
Thank you.
The Hulkamania.
It's the Hulkamania of television. TV sitcoms. That's so dumb.
Yeah, it really was. But Hulk Hogan was like, it's no. I'm trying to think of a UK wrestler, David Boy Smith, but he made his money in the States. So I don't know. Excellent, very interesting. Wow, we're learning a lot today, and I think we're doing a great job. Yeah, let's talk about that match. What do you think of MJF and Sammy Guevara?
Yeah. So I hated the ending. I was very upset by the ending. Always upset by these DQ finishes. Well, it wasn't a DQ. It was the interference and everything.
Yeah.
But up until that point, I was so into it because we're talking about long-term storytelling. Every now and then they really nail it. And I think this is one of the matches because they've been pushing this match for over a year now or something like that. And you really felt that they did a great job of promoting it with the MJF promo that you mentioned earlier in the night, of making it feel like a really big deal. The match itself was wonderful. I love the first, quarter, I guess. The intro was like this exchange of sequences where they show that they're equal to one another, and then it kind of starts breaking apart over like Sammy Guevara's like agility and cunningness, versus like MJF's being a dickhead style. So
dickhead style.
Yeah, dickhead style. There we go. Yeah, and I just was really excited to see them kind of go back and forth with their styles, and and also it's like this is the future of AEW wrestling. Like they sometimes promote it that way, but it really feels special to me to know that like they started with AEW, they're going to be there for the next couple decades, and that's really cool.
Yeah. They even mentioned somewhere in commentary, like MJF, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, and Jungle Boy are like the future. That's the future of this company. Those are the homegrown stars, And that's a pretty good list. Even though they all kind of are the same exact size and height and shape.
Yeah, that's
I just realizing it right now. They look almost exactly alike with different outfits. That's actually very interesting. Sound off if you think they all look alike. Jericho was saying some weirdly racist stuff, huh? Oh yeah, he was getting pretty into. He said when he said he's hot-headed. Someone said Sam Guevara is hot-headed, and he made a reference to him being
Oh,
Latino.
really?
And yeah, he did. I heard that. But yeah, Jericho. Like the thing is, I don't think he's bad on commentary, but also he's a dick, and he's a dick in a way that I don't enjoy. So like I don't know. I'm too many people on the broadcast today. Am I right, Moet?
I guess so. Yeah. I don't know.
I barely heard Excalibur.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Excalibur was totally drowned out most of the time, and he's the one I want to hear.
Yeah. I don't really listen to the commentary that closely, to be honest. Every now and then, if something pops up, like the WWE Dynamite line, so I don't. Yeah, I don't really have an opinion. I guess that's why I didn't hear the racist stuff. That's not good.
There's some other things, but I can't remember what it is. Yeah, it was kind of weird. And Jericho, whatever with Jericho. Let's all agree. Atticus, yeah, I was surprised by the line of commentary from him. So Atticus is also
Atticus, yeah.
Atticus, excuse me. I'm so sorry, Atticus. But yeah, it was all Jericho screaming. Yeah, Jericho tends to scream a lot on commentary, which is kind of hard. That's a good point.
S loves your Seinfeld AEW reference.
Oh, what is it? What does that have to say?
You should make an MJF George Costanza mashup video. I can imagine MJF screaming, "There was shrinkage! There was shrinkage!" That's so funny. Man, Swizz, you got to look that up. Seinfeld.
No,
on YouTube, sorry.
Idea, but that's not a bad idea for a video.
Red, are you still there?
Did you hear what I said?
Oh, thank God. Okay, I thought you froze. What just happened? Like, not again. This is my nightmare.
That would make a good video.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Of just showing back-to-back things, if we could, but that's a lot of work. I'll go through clips of George Costanza because I'd love to see if they have similar words that you could cut up and just make out a whole Seinfeld dialogue with MJF being like, "There was shrinkage" or something.
Oh, sure, yeah, yeah, that'd be awesome.
Twix. I can't think of any of the George things besides shrinkage and Twix right now. Remember reading when he screams Twix?
There's stuff. I wasn't prepared to think about this, but yeah, I remember he runs through the pigeons at one point. Yeah,
I'm son of a pigeon.
Oh my God, yeah, it's a classic
because
show.
One didn't move out of the way. That's very.
All right,
funny.
let's move on.
No, we have to talk about Seinfeld more. Okay, excellent. We got the MJF promo. We got the match. What was another great one? Jack Evans versus Jungle Boy.
Yeah,
solid,
that. Very solid match. Yeah,
I really love that match. It got me like I wasn't hooked. The opening match, like besides the facial hair, didn't really get me. Like it didn't really like hook me the way I wanted. But that Jack Evans Jungle Boy match, perfect build of energy. Started off a little slow, but then it picked up real well in the end. And I also I like the finish, the clean finish, and I also like the Christian and Matt Hardy fight afterward, even though it was clunky and Matt Hardy and him looked a little confused when they were trying to brawl. I like the idea of them feuding.
Yeah. To go back, we can talk about that in a second. But just to go back to the front, this was another example of showing us the stakes of the match. It's essentially, it's just like a TV match, right? There's not. On its own, there's not a lot of consequences on who wins or loses. Matt Hardy kind of throws in a little promo of like, "I just want them to hurt you" or whatever. Even he's like, "I don't care if he wins or loses." He's like, "I just want him to hurt you."
He said that at the beginning.
But AEW gave that promo, or it wasn't a promo, but they just kept mentioning how if he wins, he's 50-0. He's the first wrestler to hit 50 wins in AEW, which honestly doesn't really matter. Like, that doesn't matter, but the fact that they're making it sound like it's a big deal made it a big deal and made me want him to win. And it's brilliant. It's just simple, just kind of like just planting it into your head, getting you excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and with the stats thing, I don't know if we're going to appreciate it now, but the great thing about stats are the longer you do stats, the more they matter. Mm-hmm. So like maybe not right now, but because they'll be doing it every year in the next 5 years, then you can have some really cool stats to be like, they've had the most wins. They got the most wins ever, or this person got the most wins in the rookie year, or like, oh, look at the like where this wrestler went from. He was just losing all these matches to then the spike up. You're going to see a lot of cool data, which I love. I love that AEW is doing this.
Are you a data person?
This is Oh, I love stats.
Whoa,
That's the only reason I like sports at all. I don't even like watching sports, but I like stats.
interesting.
I like hearing if I just love that stuff. That's very fun for me. Sound off if you like stats. Sound off if you like stats. Give us a Hong Kong. But excellent job with but you enjoyed the Jeff Hardy, another Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy Christian thing afterward?
I thought it was okay. Again, my favorite thing, honestly, was just the commentary mentioning that their history and the fact that they've been at it
Yeah.
since the TLC days in like the early 2000s, I guess, or late 90s potentially. I think it was early 2000s. But yeah, I don't know. I just think like the two of them, if they were to have a match, wouldn't be that great now, but they mean something to me as a lifelong wrestling fan, so it's cool to see them in the ring together. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have a good match. I think Christian's a smart wrestler that could play around Matt's immobility, which I think could do some cool stuff. This is a good first feud for Christian.
It's crazy to see the two of them who, like, having known that they, were brought up around the same time, the difference in what their bodies can do now. Like Matt Hardy, like next to Christian, like looked bad. Like his knees, nothing, like it's just wear and tear over decades of his like style.
Those hips.
Yeah.
It's his hips. They go all the way out.
Hips.
Those baby hips.
Yeah.
Baby hips.
Yeah.
Give a shout out for baby hips. Give us a Hong Kong. I'm gonna start saying give us a Hong Kong.
Oh, a Hong Kong.
Yeah,
Hong.
What do you think I'm saying?
Kong. Like the city?
No.
Or whatever. Yeah.
If it's sounding like that, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, that sounds bad.
Okay, that's
give us a
damn it. Okay. Well, give us I don't like claps. Fine, give us a clap. Give us the
you
clap.
You can do Hong Kong if you sound like more like a duck.
Okay, give us a Hong Kong.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty fun actually. I like that more. Good idea, Moet. Sound off if you like that. Oh, we're getting some honks in there. Thank you so much. Those baby hips, excellent. Very good points, was very good point.
This is fun.
Yeah, very good. Let's see. Let's move on here. Do we have any? What else I really liked? Andrade's promo where he had spoken Spanish and he had the subtitles underneath. Great way to do it. Why aren't we because he's more comfortable talking in Spanish. He's obviously more comfortable. He sounded much better and much more confident. The subtitles give us everything. And also you're getting a Spanish language person speaking Spanish to Spanish speaking people in the crowd that may want to watch, or people on TV that are like, oh, this is something for me, which I really enjoy. And it sounded cool. It just sounded cool. Like it was great. When he's just like, when he called him, what do you call him? Matt Seidel. He said, Matthew, and he said in English, somebody. And I loved that. It was really.
What do you
great.
like about it?
Really
What's the? You like that he mixed Spanish and English?
He mixes
pretty,
it. I like the mix
easily. Yeah.
But I just like the something because because of him doing that, it kind of punctuated for me. I think it was a good stylistic choice.
Yeah.
Good stylistic choice rather than using the Spanish words for somebody. He's just like Matt. Somebody.
Yeah,
I love that.
I get a little annoyed when I see people like subtitles for English because I think he is very in my mind I think he's easily understood when he's speaking.
Oh, yeah.
I was a little annoyed when it started, but then when I realized he was switching between English and Spanish and I had to pay attention to the subtitles, I think it sort of tricked me. So
did he start in English?
Yeah, he started in at least I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he started in English and then he would kind of jump
I didn't even notice.
A few times. He chose a few phrases to say in Spanish.
Yeah, I think they should do that all the time. I actually really I like this style of, it's new, it's different, it's making me pay attention more because now I'm like really engaged. I'm reading the words and seeing the words. I'm a big fan of it.
What do you think? Another thing that I was a little critical about was that they didn't, he has like a surprise that he's still not telling anybody, unless his surprise is that he's wrestling next week. And it's a pretty crummy
That's a dumb surprise.
But they've been pumping, hyping that up for like the last couple weeks. I guess neither of us.
And
care.
isn't he paired with Vicky Guerrero?
He was, possibly still is.
Is that over already?
I think it's still happening. They haven't said anything about it on there. I think it was just a promo by himself this time. Yeah.
Chica Mark confirms he started in English.
Aha.
Okay, so he did start in English. I guess if you're gonna do it for part of the thing, you have to do it for all of it. But I'm glad that he did the Spanish because he's just obviously more comfortable with it. And we're getting all the information we need because of subtitles. And it's just a different, it sounds different. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
Very
For
exciting.
sure.
I agree. They should do more. Excellent. And let's talk about something. What's another thing that you thought was good about the night before we start going to the bad stuff?
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. This is the
Look
point
at
that's kind
your
of
notes.
awkward because I'm
This
trying
is
to
a
read
free
this. Yeah.
form. I'll vamp. I'll vamp. Let me do something. Let me talk about the. It was very hot today. Very hot. Very hot in sunny California. Then we're talking about sunny California. Mo, it's from Austin, Texas. I'm sure it was
It
hotter.
was pretty hot.
I'm
It was
almost
pretty hot.
certain. I'm
You
almost
know what was
certain it was
hotter?
hotter.
The hot crowd for Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. I thought that was awesome.
Ex-
I'm so excited for. I'm taking a moment because I'm proud of how I transitioned to this. But I'm
That was
very
good.
excited that I think Ethan Page is incredible in front of a crowd. I just thought he was able to control the crowd very well. It's very exciting to see like people booing wrestlers again. It
Yeah.
just feels good to see that. That's what wrestling needed. You need people. You need like crowd to
100%.
get in the wrestler's head. Um,
Uh,
yeah, not much else to
It was
say.
very.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, Ethan Page doing a promo on Darby Allin, and every time he does a promo on Darby Allin, he always brings up how he like injured him on the independents, the indie scene.
Has elbow and a skull or something like
Yeah,
that.
I just like that they're bringing up history, their entire history. That's not like a forgotten past, something they don't talk about. I just love that. Um, yeah, I think
I really
I
like.
just think it's really awesome because Ethan Page is carrying this feud. He's making it feel like a big deal, like a really big
Yeah.
mid card feud. Darby Allin's not doing much on his end because he's not very good, not a very good talker. But he's great at wrestling, so like the match is gonna be awesome, and Ethan Page can just do all of that work, and it's gonna be awesome. So
Yeah. And I'm excited. And also, I didn't mind Darby Allin and Sting's involvement afterwards. When Sting came out and he took his, like, just forever to do nothing. I love how Sting comes out and does nothing, but he brought out the coffin and then Darby Allin sprung from it and ran and attacked. I liked it. I thought it was pretty fun. It was very
oh
entertaining.
yeah, I completely forgot about that part where he jumps out of the coffin. Yeah, no, that's so silly. That hits that
Yeah.
level of silliness where I'm like, I love it. I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the pro wrestling silly.
100%.
Yeah.
I wish Sting was closer to the ring, so it would have. I don't know. I wish there was some way he could have gotten in the ring or something. But either way, I'm glad that happened. And Sting did a good job of standing there, and he still takes a good bump. His Stinger death drop is still great to watch. I just love that move.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's
And
classic.
he
Yeah.
does a great
S
job.
says Ethan Page. I missed crowd work. I agree. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Yeah,
We do miss
it's so
crowd
good. And
work.
just one last thing, man, he's so. This is really particular, but I just really want to mention it to you. He's Ethan Page. He was so good at finding his moment to stare at the camera, and the camera just like did this great close up on him. I don't even remember what he was saying, but he just found that moment to get super intense and like personal and make that connection with the audience, sitting at home, us.
Yeah.
He's incredible. Yeah, he's so good.
And they also, just a little note here, a lot of people did a great job of working towards the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I just noticed a few times where they caught themselves and moved their body a little bit so that they catch. Specifically, that segment when he just stared at the camera, and also Matt Hardy when he was on the ground and he just knew that Christian was going to do something. He needed to face the camera, and he just spun his body real
Oh
quick.
yeah,
Great job,
and
Matt.
MJF
Great job, Matt.
did one too, just to keep jumping around a bit. But he hit some move on Sammy, and then he just like looked up and just like made sure he was like in line with the camera, and just had this like
Centered.
real vicious looking expression, which is super smart. Yeah.
Good job. Those are some great woos we had. That was a lot of great woos. I don't have a lot of whats, but I'm willing to go into them. I have two nitpicky whats. Do you have a what on the top of your head?
No, you go.
Okay.
I don't have many.
Well, the one nitpicky false finishes.
Mm-hmm.
There was just so many in the first and last match.
Oh,
So
we
many.
didn't even talk about the first match. Yeah, we skipped through. I guess we're talking about it now. I like that match.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I felt a little underwhelmed from that match, to be honest.
Man, I was into it because I.
Tell me about it. What do you like about it?
So, Eddie Kingston,
Young Bucks and Eddie Kingston versus Penta. Young Bucks versus Eddie Kingston and Penta.
Crazy back and forth match, kind of typical style of match you'd expect them to do. Those four men, like a PWG style match, but in AEW. lots of crazy stuff. But the crazy thing is the Kingston and Pentagon won. So like
Yeah.
to me that was shocking. I guess I missed at some point that the belts weren't on the line. So for me, I was going through the motions of just like, well, this is cool,
Sure.
but the Young Bucks are gonna win. This is gonna be stupid. The Young Bucks will win. But and then like all those false finishes, like, well, that was really close, but you know, the Young Bucks are gonna win. And all the way until they fucking lost. So like, I don't know. It really won me over and shocked me. I was into the false finishes for that reason. That like it really built up for me the believability that like they could win and that they deserved to win this match. Why did you hate it?
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I thought it was a good match. I guess I was a little distracted the first half, just confused why Kingston and Penta were working together again and why it wasn't Moxley. That was confusing to me. Why Moxley wasn't there? It's probably some reason,
Or
but
Phoenix, or just like yeah, those
or
that's a really
Phoenix.
weird tag team. Those two.
And Kingston and Penta were best friends. Then this is their first match together, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Maybe we missed something. Maybe we missed something last week or something like that because I don't. That's confusing to me. That was confusing. But that being said, I was distracted. I didn't get as invested early on in the match. I did enjoy it though. I thought they all did a good job, and I love the facial hair. Young Bucks facial hair is real good. But I don't like all the false finishes.
Yeah.
Man O'Malley, too many in that match, and at the end, I was furious with some.
We got some comments on that if you want to.
We do so many false finishes. There was a fun headbutting moment. There was a fun headbutting moment in the Eddie Kingston match when he was just going a headbutting spree. Really enjoyed that. The last match, the one false finish I didn't like was the second rope tombstone. Just seems so unreal. 100%. Why he pinned? If you're gonna have him kick out of a tombstone, if you're gonna have him kick out of a tombstone, and he sold his knee. Remember when MJF did the tombstone and his knee gave out? Have it give out for like a full 30 seconds. Like give it out and you're holding it and like you can't get to the pin. So then when you crawl and you do get the pin, then he could kick out and it means so much more. But if he immediately pinned him, which was stupid on MJF's part, I blame MJF for that. But even setting up the spot, that should end the match.
Yeah, that was a huge moment. Yeah. Do you think what happened to them? It felt like everything changed after that move. Like it seemed like someone got hurt or like I don't know. It just unless they were working me pretty well. I think
they were working us. I can't like.
It's hard to tell.
I think so because MJF did a great job. Like it was a very believable job, but almost too good. Like it was almost like he is hamming it up so much. Like so I was thinking it was all fake. Not fake, but
yeah, I think MJF was fine, but Sammy just kept grabbing the ref and like saying something to him again and again. They kept trying to pick each other up and then dropping. So it made me think that they were like stalling for time. Like specifically, but then they just kept on with the finish after like maybe a minute of stalling, and it looked like they were both okay.
Maybe I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I thought it was just MJF really like Sammy was devastated by the move. That's another thing. He was so out of it from that move, but he was able to kick out. You know, like that kind of bothers me. I wish MJF took. You know, as soon as he hit it, he sells the knee and sells it for like 20, 30 seconds, being like, oh my God, what have I done? But then be like, oh shoot, I could still win this. Go for the pin, then the kick out. And then you could see like the look on his face, like I messed up. I would have loved that.
Yeah.
I would have loved that so much. But that's being nitpicky.
Do you, to go back to false finishes, do you think that's just happening too much in AEW or wrestling today?
Yes.
It happens a ton in NXT. Do you like them at all, or do you just like... Are you just done with it?
I like them when they're. Well, obviously I like false finishes. I like to be surprised, but it's just the way you do them. The type of moves that they're doing to win should be the last move you do. You know, like it used to be like if you gave someone a stiff power bomb and then went for the pin. And then they kicked out. That was a good false finish to me. Now they're doing a powerbomb off the top rope, and then they get a false finish. They're doing a 630 senton and getting a false finish. Like it's just too many in one match. Like I think 1 to 2 is good for a match. If you're gonna have a big match or a real one where the people like the end of a feud where they've both clawed and scratched at each other, then having a bunch, sure. But the amount in these TV matches is crazy to me.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like if the wrestler, their style allows for those crazy moves. Like MJF doing the tombstone, that's not something he pulls out all the time, so that makes sense. But like Sammy Guevara is throwing like Canadian destroyers around. He's, just flipping, jumping all over the place. So like I can believe that he would do a giant move like that, a top rope move of some kind, and not get the win because he's just like that's his style consistently.
Yeah.
Where yeah.
No, I know what you're saying.
You're thinking about.
I'm saying more. I'm saying more so for the move, to protect the move.
Okay.
Like that's his finishing move. That is something that should destroy end people. And so when someone does kick out of it, it should be Sammy Guevara in a title match, in a huge thing, maybe a year from now, should be the first person to kick out of that move. And so to have it done so frequently on TV, I'm sure this isn't the first time someone's kicked out of that senton.
I understand.
It's not going to be the last.
You're saying, yeah, just save it.
Makes it less special.
Save it for a pay-per-view. Save it. Yeah, just don't throw it away on the TV show. Yeah.
And when I say pay-per-view, I don't mean the actual pay-per-view, but save it for an important part of a story. You're a minuscule part of the story, because this is the Chris Jericho MJF feud. Mm-hmm. You're just in the middle of it right now. Yours can go on, but it's not right now. Save it for your match with MJF a year from now, when you guys are the main event, because you've been feuding for so long. Then he kicks out of your senton, and you're like, how is that happening?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, by the way, yeah, that drove me crazy in MJF's promo that he started half of it, the first half, on Chris Jericho, and then kind of wove it into Sammy Guevara, because I was so hyped for the Sammy versus MJF match, and that he would just kind of keep it about Jericho. It was disappointing, but yeah, it is the Chris Jericho MJF feud that they're building towards still.
Yeah, and they will have a feud eventually. Those two will have their own feud eventually, but right now it's just a blip. Which honestly, I think they shouldn't have had this match until he was ready to have Sammy Guevara as his feud. Let us wait, Just giving us away seems weird,
Yeah, that's actually that's such a great point. I didn't even think about until right now that it's just a blip. Still great. I thought it was still great despite the criticism.
Do you have any other what's?
The Britt and Nyla tag match, that whole thing. I didn't hate it. Just want to talk about it. I don't know. Did you have? It was
a what? It wasn't a what for me. It was like an in between. But I guess I'm also not happy. The thing is, first thing, it's the only women's segment on the show, and it's kind of like a whatever match. Like it's like two non-wrestlers are in it, so it just feels like very whatever, kind of like flashy type of match. And I don't know if I'm sold on Nyla being Britt's first feud. Like Britt's first feud as champion should be against a babyface, so she could show off, show off what she could do. But now you got two heels doing heel stuff. It kind of nukes Britt.
Well, yeah, it sort of feels like she's turning into a face now because of that crazy bloody match they had, the Lights Out match. It feels like everything changed at that moment, where now people want to cheer her on, even though she's still being a jerk. Like it's like a Stone Cold moment, right? Where she's still playing heel, but everyone wants to cheer her because she's amazing. So I think that's my guess, is that they're slowly changing.
No, it's a good guess. It's a good guess. I feel like putting her in this match with Nyla Rose, if they put her in this with what's her name in Best Friends? What's her name?
Chris Statlander.
Chris Statlander. If she was against Chris Statlander in her first feud, where everyone loves Chris Statlander, so then she could do real evil shit to Chris Statlander, and she wouldn't be cheered. They'd cheer her because Britt Baker is being a bad guy, and Chris Statlander is kind of loved.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is I don't know if that's what they want. I think they want her. I think they're trying to get her to become face. But then, no, what's the point of that? You're right. They've got so many fresh feud. Like we've had Sheeta as a face this whole time, so
100%.
Against heels. We want to see a heel champion.
And they're not working. They're not helping her right now. They're doing putting her in the Nyla match was probably like, oh well, she could still be a heel. They could both still keep their heat after this. But I think what's happening, because they put her in the Nyla match, now who are you going to cheer for in that match? You're going to cheer for the person that had the bloody ass match just a few weeks ago because she's a badass, because the fans have no other choice, because Nyla hasn't done anything besides kind of just beat people up the past year. She really hasn't done anything too fun or amazing, but Britt just did this. Of course we're going to cheer for her. You're supposed to put her in with a hot baby face. Give her Rio. Give her Chris Statlander, or who else is like someone that's over. There's not many over baby faces on the
I guess not
in the
on that
women's division.
level. Yeah. Chris and Rio, Serena Deeb, she's kind of turning to a heel side,
I love Serena
but she
Deeb.
could switch to
Boy, do
face.
I love
Yeah,
Serena
she's
Deeb.
great.
Oh, and Thunder
Thunder
Rosa should
Rosa,
be our
yes,
first.
yes. I can't believe that.
Thunder
Yeah,
Rosa
Christina.
should be our first feud after that because they had that great match earlier this year. But like then they could just have it go right back into it. We want more. I would love another Britt Baker Thunder Rosa match. Like why not give her someone that the fans would definitely boo Britt, and like she could grow as this heel champion, but they're definitely going to cheer Thunder Rosa. Oh man,
It's crazy.
well, damn. That was my biggest issue with it. Otherwise, the match. I don't want to see Vicky wrestle. I don't want to see Rebel wrestle.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing them wrestle.
Swiss says, Swiss is pointing out something. Vicky no-sold the lockjaw, got up and started banging the floor like she was annoyed, not in pain, after she tapped.
Yeah.
After she tapped OFC. Fucking course.
Did you see that?
I didn't actually see that, so that's a good thing that you mentioned. Because I noticed at the start she was damn it, she did something similar where she got like pushed into a corner and got hit. Man, I can't remember exactly. I think Britt Baker Britt Baker like knocked her out or hit her really hard before the bell rang. And it was a big thing, but then she like crawled to to tag in Nyla, and then she was completely fine. She just got up on the ropes. Yeah, or So that doesn't surprise me, the lockjaw thing.
Yeah, it was kind of what she was doing. She was doing the wrong sell. She was selling it like you would get like a Mr. Sacco, where you're disgusted, like kind of sell. Like what did you just do? You just put your hand in my mouth, and she got after she gave it, she just got up in her face and started screaming like, "What? Oh. Why did you do that?" And then got out of then Britt is just like, "Get the fuck out of the ring!" Gives her a kick.
Did that happen? All of that happened?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I can't believe I missed that. Yeah,
it's because Vicky's not a wrestler. She doesn't. She knows how to be a great non-wrestler, but she doesn't know how to sell or for how long to sell or what type of sell to do because you're being hurt in this way. So yeah, it was weird. That was weird. Very good call, Swizz. Looked like Rebel got injured also. Dear God, I hope Rebel didn't get injured. I hope that didn't happen.
Dear God. Yeah.
I'm sexy said the match just didn't make sense. I agree. Yes, it did not make sense. I think we're all in agreement. Thank you so much. I'm Zexy. I'm Zexy said that.
There was a quick but super awesome match with Miro against Brian Pillman Jr.
I can't believe I forgot to talk about that.
This has been a weird one for us. We've been jumping around all over the place. But that match.
But it's fun. We're having fun.
That match was awesome. Yeah, I don't have. Brian Pillman, again, talked about his toughness right before, and all that stuff. So it made me want to root for him. The entrances were always fantastic, or always going to be fantastic with Miro, because it's such a major shift between him and whoever's coming out next. Pillman coming out with Griff Garrison and Julia Hart and like the whole cheerleader thing. It just feels good. You just want to root for him, and then Miro, the end boss, Street Fighter character, dude, it's just like, he's just so evil, like this, unbeatable looking dude, so it's just such a good mix. The match itself was great. I have nothing, don't have a lot to say about that at the moment. I thought, I'll just, one more thing before I pass it to you was I think, again, about the entrances, they just made it feel like such a big moment. And it was all just the way they reacted just on that walk-in, Miro walking in slowly, he tosses the belt, but he's, at the ref, it's just this guy, I don't know. It just felt like such a big moment when he grabs it back from her and raises it up in the air, and they're both ready to fight. The smoke's clear. I don't know. I was just very excited about the atmosphere.
Maybe
100%. I'm going too far into it, but yeah.
No, it was a beautifully produced match, from top to bottom. And that opening promo that Brian Pillman cut, that was a really great promo. He's getting better and better each time. This was a star-making match for him. And him coming out to the ring. Did you notice this when he takes off his jacket? The thing is, he's so excited. He's so excited and he's so amped up. So he takes off his jacket, like, I don't know, he kind of whips it around her and he kind of tugs her. Then he takes off his sunglasses and he can't quite get it on her face, so he kind of jams it.
No.
And then
I didn't see that.
And then because he didn't know how to react, he just kind of tousled her hair.
I saw that. Yeah, that was absurd.
And she laughs and she's like, "What?"
Yeah, it made her look like a child. I didn't know if that was like their normal thing. It can't possibly be because it makes her look.
He was excited.
Yeah, it's all.
He was very.
It was
excited.
a big moment for him. Yeah.
Yeah. If he's treating her like kid sister, I think that's cute.
Yeah.
But I think he was just really amped, and he did. But it was very sweet either way. But this was a star-making match.
There was a great, a great. He had like his hope spot, like Miro's beating up for most of the match, and then Brian Pillman makes this like little comeback, and it's great. And I just love that Miro just absolutely kills him after that. He gets his moment, and then puts him in his finisher.
Accolade.
No, I don't think it's called that in AEW.
Oh, the game over.
I don't know if it's called game over either. What the hell is it called?
The camel clutch. With leg vine.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much. Yeah.
But that move is devastating. That move, honestly, I forget sometimes it's wrestling when he puts that move in because it looks like it hurts. And he's just
over. It is called game over.
The game over. It used to be called the Accolade, and I think someone called it the Accolade in tonight's show because I remember hearing.
Yeah, it was in WWE for sure.
But I think maybe that was another slip up by JR because I remember hearing Accolade.
Okay. Love that he passed out in it. That's great. Yeah,
that was good. That was really good.
Too,
excellent job. Thank you for bringing this back up.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing this. This was necessary because I wrote it on my notes, but I squoze it in there, and so I didn't even. I squoze it.
Okay.
I compressed it, font wise. But excellent job. Wow, we've had so much fun today. This was a fun show, right, Mo? We'd say this is one of the best shows we've ever covered.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'm wondering if anyone else, is there anything else we're missing in the chat? I don't know.
Yeah. Anything else? What are y'all what's and woos? If you hear this, respond to it. If you decide to. That's your business.
Rebel got hurt breaking up a pin.
Jesus Christ, Rebel. Where do you see that? Look like Rebel got hurt breaking up a pin. Interesting. Thank you so much, S. I appreciate that info. I don't like that. I feel bad for Rebel. She shouldn't be in a match. They shouldn't. Honestly, this would have been. I would have loved to see Layla Hirsch out there. Let Layla Hirsch and Britt Baker go. Let any of the new women that they just hired have them in there.
Team Taz match. Smoy's Team Taz match announced. Yeah, we missed that little promo. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So it was who was he with? Ricky Starks and Brian Cage weren't there.
No. It was Taz, Hook. And Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess now it makes sense why Starks and Brian Cage weren't there. I thought initially they were just giving the other two guys time to talk because they never get to say anything, and just giving them some space. They both sounded absurd, right? Little
they didn't know what to do. Yeah. They really didn't know what to do. And the way Taz passed it off to them, he didn't even pass it off to. He was just like, I'm tired. We're just tired of the attitude. We're just tired of the blah, blah, blah. And then he just stops. And then Hook's like, I can't. Because it's so light and faint. He's trying to put emotions into it, and you could tell. And he's like, I can't do it. And then Powerhouse Hobbs just says some non sequitur, almost like neither of them are even there. They just gave sound bites. But they're trying. They're trying, which is nice. I
can't stand it. That's so funny. I don't know. That's I
forget what he said. He's just like.
I know. I don't think that's what he said, but I like thinking that that's what happened. I can't stand it. It's it's a movie. It's like some gangster movie. But.
Smoyz typed something and then retracted it. It gives us that information, Moet.
What?
Smoyz, don't be. Do you see that? Oh, maybe it's just me.
Okay.
No, it's just me.
The match is finally happening, and that's awesome. Starks versus Cage in Austin in a couple weeks. That's
actually so
hometown. Or
that's really
not hometown, but where he's been living.
The home area,
whatever you call it. And his first match back after messing up his neck.
Is it neck or brain?
His brain. You're thinking he messed up his
concussion.
Brain? Oh, a concussion. I think he injured his brain.
Someone who gets a brain injury, you idiot.
Well, the way he said it was his neck or his brain. No one says his brain.
Yeah, I forgot the word.
Okay.
I forgot.
All right. Well, we're both idiots. Sorry. No, that makes sense.
No, you're not an idiot. No, you're not an idiot. Don't get out of here.
No, it was a neck thing because he did that flip against Hangman Page, and he
no,
didn't
that makes
finish the
sense.
flip, and he kind of like tweaked his
I
neck,
just forgot I forgot what I landed on with the injury, but
Oh
that
yeah,
makes sense. But
he like broke it. It was like a hairline fracture or something. It was something like pretty close to being very serious, but it's like he's just out of action for a couple months.
oh, I don't like
Brain
that.
injuries are for wimps.
We don't like that. We're gonna ignore that comment.
No, it's
You're
fine.
not
It's
welcome
fine.
back. Dudley six. What is it? 697. You're not welcome
No,
here.
he's fine. That's your sibling, right? It's your brother. Oh, we have to let people know that everyone's welcome, except for Rex.
No, they're not. Brain injuries are for everyone. I've had one. Am I a wimp? I'll take him down.
Wait, it's for the FTW title.
That's awesome.
Oh my God, Swizz, thank you so much.
That, Swizz.
How did I miss that?
You did not know that, Swizz. That's excellent. That's a really good point. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, I was so fixated on the Austin thing because I'm from Austin, so like I was just thinking about Ricky Starks in Austin. Completely missed the fact that it's the FTW. That's very cool.
Oh man, do you think Ricky's gonna win it in Austin?
I guess so. What does
the
title
cool.
even
Are you
mean?
going? Are you going to that show?
No, because like it's been kind of lame. Like I just thought up until this episode, AEW's been kind of lame. Yeah. So like when the tickets were announced, I was like, I don't want to see AEW. I don't want to pay that money to, I'd rather just watch it at home. And now it looks like a really great card. I didn't realize like every show from here on out for the next like 5-6 shows are like, I guess like mini pay-per-views. Like they all have their like next week is like Road Rage or something. Right. And so,
yeah, because each market they're treating it real special.
Yeah, and so if I knew that, I feel silly. Yeah, I would have totally gone knowing. Yeah, this match will be very special to watch. Yeah, what is it? What do you think about the FTW title? Like, yeah.
I wish it was changed rather than just being bestowed to Brian Cage. And I've talked to you about this in private before. I would love the idea of the FTW title being a title only in their group that they individually fight over. So like it's almost like curry favor with me, Taz, and win my championship to be my favorite in my group. It's almost like that's the title since AEW won't support it, he's going to support it and only his people could win it, I would love that. That's what my love with that title would be. Otherwise it's fine. It's fine to carry around. I don't like that it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it could be.
So I'm excited for this. I'm excited.
Yeah,
for
maybe
this.
it's the start of something. Yeah.
Ooh, S has something. Do you want to read it or should I? What was for the crowd? Crowd just didn't seem to have the energy that I expected. I was really surprised by how small a pop both Kenny and the Dark Order got. Maybe just me, but was underwhelmed. Very interesting, S. Except for the main event. Very interesting. I guess I'm still excited. Like I can say that the crowd wasn't, the hottest crowd I've ever seen. But I was just so excited to have a crowd that reacts at all,
Yeah, I guess it's hard for me to, like, I don't remember that.
I forget what a hot crowd sounds like, S. We forget. We don't even know what a hot crowd sounds like anymore. Like at least.
Oh, sorry.
What's that?
Sorry, keep going.
No, go for
I
it.
was just going to say the Ethan Page promo, like I mentioned earlier, was, like, super hot. Just very excited the whole time. I don't remember the Kenny Omega Dark Order, like, what the crowd was doing for that. Like, but S is right. Like, that...
There wasn't actually much of like I didn't notice the crowd besides that moment with Ethan Page. That's the only time I really noticed the crowd. But that being said, when that happened, I really loved it. I think we were just very excited to get any reaction, you and I, like that, like just seeing any reaction from the crowd was a plus. But it's not. Yeah, it's definitely no Chicago. These people have been watching wrestling every single week in the same market for the past 60 weeks,
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's the same people.
It should be.
It's gonna be crazy.
Incredible starting next week when they're actually touring.
It's gonna be nuts.
Every venue is gonna be so excited to see AEW again. Yeah. So
crazy. Excellent job.
Yeah.
Well, do we have any other things to talk about, Mo?
Well, that's it for me. I think that was good. Thank you for the comment. Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us. S, Wiz, Chica Marks, I am Zexy. Excellent job. And also Atticus. They're fine. Atticus. Very happy. Yeah, I just have a problem with people calling people wimps. If you want to call a wimp, call me a wimp. All right, we'll go. That's actually what we should do. We should have a fight Red Jefferson versus Red Lee 697. I got a shout out. God damn it. I hate that he's happy. Excellent job. Excellent job, everyone. We did a great job. This has been Loser Lee's Wrestling, the woos and whats of AEW Dynamite. My name is Red Jefferson, and I'm here with
Jaswell.
Make sure to follow all the things Loser Lee's Wrestling. Also go to send us emails for the mailbag on Saturdays at loserleespod@gmail. Send some emails. We need your delicious emails. And that's it. Thank you all so much. We're having a great night. Bye-bye.
We're done.
If you were a color... If you were a Pokemon, which Pokemon would you be?
The sexy one, the one that's I've always loved.
Jesus Christ.
No,
the sexy
one that's like, you know what I mean? That one that's like kind of prowling. The one
Jinx?
that's plowing the streets. What's it? What? Jinx.
Plowing the streets.
Prowling like an animal.
Oh my God. Great job, everyone. Sexy
God damn it.
Pokemon.